What's up guys, and welcome back to Jules Creates. Today I am going over how you can get good photos for your social media, your blog, your website while in self-quarantine. We are all stuck in our homes because of COVID-19, but you still have a business to run, you still have a blog to run, you still have a social media to run. How are you going to get all those photos just being in the four walls of your house? I'm going to show you how. But before we get into that, if you have not checked out my free course, Amplify Your Gram, check out the description box below, get that link and check out my free course. You're going to learn all about how to do many more things than what I'm just showing you today, and it's absolutely free to you. All right, let's dive in to self-quarantine photos. First thing, we are going to choose and isolate 1 to 2 different places in your home or outside your home, all within real close proximity, that you can use for these photos. So when you choose this space, think about neutral backgrounds, think about declutterability and window light. Proximity to a window. You want to have a window, or if it's going to be outdoors, think about shaded areas. So those are the first things to think about. Can you declutter this space? Is it a relatively neutral space? And is it in the shade if it's outdoors? Once you've isolated those 1 to 2 spaces, keep in mind we are going to dedicate about 30 minutes to this project, possibly a full hour, depending on your home and if you have to declutter a lot of space. So we're going to keep these 1 to 2 spaces decluttered, neutral, and have that window light for about 30 minutes as you capture all of these photos for your social media. I cannot stress enough how much window light is important in this. You need to have a window near this space. Ideally, that window would be facing you, so that window light is on your face. You don't want the light behind you. It can come in at an angle, but ideally we want this window light on your face. So think about that in your house as well. Then it's time to pick what you're gonna wear. What outfit are you gonna have in these photos? So if you are a social media influencer or building a business or a blog, obviously you might have those brand colors already chosen. And you might pick your locations for your outdoor shoots based on your brand colors, but since we're working on what we have in the home, we are more limited. So if your space is more neutral, then you can wear your brand colors. So for me, I have my brand colors are blue, purple, and pink. So that's what I have around me, and then I wear more neutral colors when I shoot. But if your home is a little bit more colorful, not necessarily your brand colors, then aim to wear more neutral colors in what you wear. That way you're not conflicting too busy on the shoot and in the image when you have that finished product. You don't want to wear fluorescent green if your home is maroon. So just make sure you complement when you choose those outfits. So this is where we need to get super creative. If you do not have a tripod for your phone or camera or anything like that, a way to stabilize your phone, this is where you really have to get creative and think about what you can prop your phone on, what you can tape it to, who in your household can help you hold that phone, or anything along those lines. So I do have a tripod for my phone, but if you do not have one, in the past I have literally taped my phone to my mantle where my fireplace is. I've taped it to the side of my TV before. There's a lot of different options, but be thinking about where you can place that phone on a steady surface. If someone's going to hold it for you, that's all right. They can stay as steady as they can when they're, stationary. But really, if you can get that phone to be stable, that's going to be our best case scenario. All right. Once we have all those checkpoints done, we have our location, we've decluttered it, we have our outfit, and we have chosen where we're going to hopefully stationary put that phone. From here, this is when you set up your shot. You're going to kind of frame how you want the shot to look. So in my house, I have one wall that I like to use. It's got a natural window light on it where the light is right on my face. And I usually will set up that tripod there. I'll frame it. I'll imagine what I will look like in that photo. And then from there, that's when I'll actually decide where I'm going to stand and how I'm going to pose. But before I get into that shot, again, you're going to frame it in your mind, how you think it will look. If you have, again, another person in your house, a child, a significant other, spouse, anything, hell, you can even use your dog or your cat, set them up and kind of frame them in frame them in the frame them in that shot, so you'll kind of have an idea of how it will look before you actually get in there and set up that self-timer. Don't forget to turn off all the lights in your house if you can. You don't want any of those weird lights conflicting with your natural light, so turn them all off if you have that ability to do so. When you set your phone up, you can either have the reverse facing camera on you like a selfie, so you can see yourself in the shot, or you can have it the other way around. I will tell you that the camera, that when you're taking a photo the normal way, something's over there, you're taking the photo, that camera is better quality than the forward facing one. But sometimes it's hard to imagine and set up that shot without having some sort of way to look and see how it's going to come out. So feel free to make that choice here and see which one works for you. You can even play with both and see which you like better. Moving right along, we're actually going to get into taking some pictures now. Taking some pictures. So once you have all of that complete, you're going to choose where you're going to stand. You've framed your image. One quick thing, try not to be too close to your background. I can't touch my background right now unless I absolutely reach for it. You always want a little bit of separation between you and your background if you can, and then closer to your light source. So that way you'll have better lighting on your face, and it will create a little bit of depth of field here by not being too close to the background. All right, so once you've done that, there are two ways that you can take these pictures, and you kind of get to choose which one you want, which is easier for you. All right, the first method is using the self-timer on your phone. On the self-timer, it's the third option at the top on that iPhone. You have 3 seconds and 10 seconds. So if you hit 3 seconds and then I hit the shutter, it will count down 3, 2, 1. It'll take that picture. And then again, same thing on 10 seconds. So that is the first way to get that image. So no matter if you have it on the self-facing or the regular facing, that countdown will work. You can also set it to take photos in a burst. So that way when you get that photo, you have a burst of 10 photos as opposed to just one, and you can pick your favorite of those 10. Next option is to utilize your video. So if you thumb over to the video, you can start recording a video. Obviously, you guys know what a video does, but if you have that phone stationary and then you walk into the frame and you slowly move, slowly do the poses that you want to do, when you come back and you turn off that video, go into your photos, you have your video. And if you click down here on the film strip, you can pause it. You can go back and forth. I can decide that I like right here. Screenshot, bam, I now have an image that I can use for my social media. So this is probably going to take a handful of takes. I doubt you'll knock this out in the first try. Even as a professional, I've been shooting images for 10 years professionally. It takes me a while to figure out what angles I like, how I like the lighting, etc., the framing, and how to set up that camera and all that good stuff. But once you've knocked this out, you can change your shirt 3 or 4 different times in one location. Get a bunch of different content in that one spot. Change your outfit. Once you've gotten all the grunt work done, all you gotta do is change your outfit and change your hair, maybe change your lipstick, and then move to the secondary location. And then you literally just start back from the top and do all these steps again at every single location you have. That way you knock out all your content, hopefully 1 to 2 weeks worth of content, all in 30 to 40 minutes, maybe an hour max, just knocking it out in those different locations. I know a couple of you are going to be like, but Jules, my house is messy. But Jules, I don't have any window light. But Jules. Guys, there are ways to work around some of these things. If you don't have a spot in your home that is able to be decluttered at all, maybe you have 17 children and they're all messy as hell, so maybe think about a white sheet, a black sheet, anything that you can find that's neutral that you can kind of hang up in the background and drape up. So you can even have your 17 children hold that sheet up for you as your backdrop for those photos. Or maybe the siding of your house. If you can go outside, the siding of your house might be neutral and you can use that, especially if it's shaded. If you can have all of your photos in a shaded area, It's gonna look a lot softer than in the sun. So think about those locations. That is the absolute hardest part of shooting in your home, is thinking about how can you work around what you have. It takes some creativity, but guys, I know that you can do this and we can make it work during this self-quarantine time in our lives. Interested in seeing how all of that looks? Check it out, dude. Here you go. If you like this video, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you can catch all of my videos every week, every Wednesday, about how to take better photos with your phone. Also, don't forget about my free course, Amplify Your Gram. Find that link in the description box. It is absolutely free and it goes over everything I just gave you, plus more, and it is absolutely free. Thanks so much, guys, and I will catch you next week.